For the pre-match interviews, are we going to grab people ourselves, or is someone getting them? Right, okay, no worries.
Good morning and welcome to Archers Arena here in Cardiff. It's day one of the Under-18 Four Nations tournament and we have got 2 full days of basketball for you coming up on the Basketball Wales YouTube channel. 6 games a day. We're about 5 minutes away from tip-off of the first game, which is going to be England and Wales. I'm Kaz Bullock here with Dav Jones and we're going to be with you throughout today's game. And a few more for the rest of the day as well. So, Dav, got a busy schedule ahead of us.
Yeah, it's going to be a full day of basketball. If you're looking for any kind of action, this is where you want to be. It's non-stop today. We've got the best and brightest young talents from the entire country here.
Absolutely. So 6 games throughout today.
Yep.
We're starting things off with Wales men versus England men, which is going to tip off at 9 o'clock.
Wow.
12:45 this afternoon, where we'll do all the anthems and the player introduction event. But for today, gentlemen, we've been exchanging bits. Thank you very much. Have a good game.
And teams just lining up there. So 9 o'clock will be England and Wales men, followed by Wales and Ireland women at 11 o'clock. 1 will be Scotland and Ireland men. At 3, Scotland and England women. 5 o'clock will be Wales and Ireland men. And at 7 o'clock, rounding things off, will be Scotland and Wales women. So stay tuned to the Basketball Wales YouTube channel all day because, I mean, what more could you want?
Absolutely, if you're a basketball fan, this has got to be the absolute greatest treat. I mean, we've got NBA playoffs, but we got this today. This is the daily focus.
This is it.
Yeah, NBA playoffs can come later.
We don't need the play-in.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this is the second year that Cardiff have hosted the tournament. We saw this last year, and it was such a great display of talent that we've got.
Yeah.
Last year, both England and men and women's teams went unbeaten throughout the tournament.
Yeah.
And we're going to see some players who are back, who've played in that tournament. They're going to have that in the back of their minds, aren't they?
Of course, they're going to want to retain that title almost. They're coming in probably as some kind of favourites.
Yeah.
But every other team's going to have a bit of a chip on their shoulder, I would imagine, so they've got to look out for that.
Exactly. So England, the team with a target on their backs probably. So a great game to start things off. Which actually last year, England and Wales was the final game of the tournament.
Wow.
So yeah, a very exciting one today. So we're just a few minutes away from tip-off. We have a look at the starting lineups for Wales. It will be Jack Davies, Lucas Davies, Owen Merriman, Joe Thomas and Josh Tudor. And for England, it'll be Matt Goodwin, Liam Campbell, Nedas Sholovinskas, Edward Onyea and Timothy Obo. So Wales in red today and England playing in white. So Dav, this is as we said before, this is a great showcase for the young talent that we've got in this country, and we've had the under-16s tournament just a few days ago in Dublin. Yeah. We've got the under-14s playing as well, and events like this, such a good showcase for these players to show what they have, and also for coaches of the GB teams, of the national teams, to look at players that they might want to think about including in their squads. Absolutely.
This is a great advertisement for the players, but also for the sport in general. These kind of things draw in more fans. The under-14s will be looking at these kind of games, hoping to be there in a couple of years' time. This is absolutely crucial to the development of the sport and to the players.
Definitely, and we've even got some players that were playing under-16s last year, a couple of years ago, made the move up to under-18s.
Yeah.
And it's great to see that development as well, because we have so much talent in this country.
Absolutely. I think it goes kind of unnoticed sometimes in mainstream media. Basketball is the biggest growing sport in Europe, and there's a reason for that. We are loving it here in the UK. The BBL and the WBBL is moving on in leaps and strides, so it's only natural that the national teams rise with that rising tide as well.
Definitely. I think, the GB women qualifying for Eurobasket, that's got some eyes on it. And we need to capitalise on that, don't we? It's great, and also great to see the crowd building here at Archers Arena. I mean, it's 9 o'clock. It's an early time of day to be playing basketball.
I'm sure they'll be filling in throughout the day, of course, but this is a big game to start with. Like you said, it was the last game last year, so it's natural to bring in quite a few people from the crowd. Lots of parents, lots of families, very proud, I'm sure, to see their children involved in such a huge game.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, we can see, I don't know if we can see it on the camera, but we've got a lot of Welsh flags on one side, maybe not so many on the England side. They might be filtering in a little bit later on. But there's some drums. It's going to be loud in here.
Yes.
We're going to have a great first game of basketball.
Absolutely. I mean, Archers Arena is famous for the atmosphere here with the Archers. It's a great place to display some basketball. It's a great place to come and enjoy, especially for a day like this where you can stay for hours and hours and hours on end.
Yeah.
This is a fantastic display for basketball.
Absolutely. So we'll be getting things underway very shortly as the teams just have one last chat in the huddles.
I wonder what's going through these players' minds here. I wonder how these teams, because these players don't play with each other so often, I wonder how they're going to come together as a team.
And that's something I find really interesting as well. And it must be really exciting for the players to play with a different set of players, because you play differently. You might have some people playing a little bit out of position.
Yeah.
What I always like to see is when you get someone, you might get someone that's like an exciting young guard, like we have Liam Campbell here, who's got a big on his team. Are we going to see some exciting lobs and some dunks and things? And it's always good to see how these players gel together and play well.
Oh, you got me excited now. I'm going to be waiting for that alley-oop. You're going to see me explode here.
I just mentioned it before, Liam Campbell, he's a fantastic young guard, really exciting player to watch, so keep an eye on him today. Some of his passes, my goodness, that's going to be exciting.
Oh, wow, I am so excited.
So for the tip, it will be Timothy Obo for England and Josh Tudor for Wales. And ball is up and we're underway. First possession goes to England and Campbell controls it. Over to Sholovinskas. Sholovinskas with a 3 to start things off and nails it. Neda Sholovinskas.
Love that off-ball movement for England. Straight away, no one static, everyone working.
And Sholovinskas, he is such a difficult player to guard against because he can hit that 3, he can get inside. He's a real complete all-around player. And Wales try to answer. That one doesn't go. Ball's out of bounds and it's going to stay with Wales.
Well, for Sholovinskas, as a shooter, I'm sure that's going to give him so much confidence to hit that first shot of the game.
A few seconds in, knocks down a 3, it's going to set the tone. So Thomas looking to inbound. Merriman's shot's no good, that's short. Rebound's pulled down by Obo. Sholovinskas. Obo turns off the glass and just lays it in, and England coming out with pace here in the first quarter.
A lovely move in the post there, great footwork to use that swivel foot off the pivot.
Merriman swings it round. Davies. Davies driving the lane. Oh, great move. Can't quite get it to finish, but I like that drive to the basket.
Absolutely. Love that aggression, trying to get straight down the throat of the England team.
Campbell round to Goodwin. Goodwin driving. Oh, floaters up and doesn't drop. And Matt Goodwin playing for the Manchester Magic this season, playing in Division 1. Also playing the EABL. He is a lights-out three-point shooter as well, so someone to watch on this England team.
Absolutely. Interesting there as well. He seemed to take a fair bit of contact there. Referees didn't call anything. Of course, they said that it was legal, but interesting to see the strength from him there to take that contact and still go up through with a layup, even though it didn't land.
Yeah. So end line at Wales ball as Merriman looks to inbound. Into Davies. Davies against Campbell going the baseline. Oh, kicks it out. Merriman with the short jumper. That's no good. Wales still to get on the board this quarter.
Love the way England are passing the ball here. They really seem to be working well together.
Good D from Thomas there to strip the ball. Get it over to Davies. Merriman.
Nice screen.
And Thomas, oh, great pass inside. And Tudor gets Wales on the board for the first points of the quarter.
That was a lovely, lovely move. Lucas Davis really was just giving out instructions at the start of that play, and they followed through, Wales.
And I like that Wales were taking their time moving the ball around to get the right shot. They didn't need to rush anything.
Good swing.
Davis going to set things up. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Davis somehow manages to drive to the basket. Ball doesn't go, but he's fouled on the drive, so he's going to head to the line.
Unbelievable little circus shot there. Put his body on the line and just dove towards the basket. Not really a care in the world about who's in his way. I like that.
Thought we were going to get it to roll in as well at the highlight. So Davies will be at the line for 2. That's the first time to the line for Wales.
Even though this has worked out for Wales, I like that from England, just getting together in a little huddle in the middle of the court there, just chatting things over, seeing how they can work it out a little better defensively moving forward.
Yeah, you love to see that leadership as well. The team
Yeah.
come together. You know, the coach doesn't need to call them together on the sideline. They've done it themselves.
Absolutely, especially in these younger age groups. It's really good to see those kind of leadership qualities.
And Davies goes 1 of 2 from the line. As Campbell comes powering down the court. I told you this guy's fast.
Wow.
Drives to the basket, draws the foul.
Oh my goodness, they need to look out for him in transition, that's to say the least. He just bursts down the court, beautiful little pickup drop step, and then that's going to be a foul every day of the week, and he seems like he can do that every time.
He pretty much can, yeah.
What a danger.
And so Liam Campbell, he plays for the London Elite in the in Division 2. And he was part of that under-18 National Cup winning squad back in January. He was the MVP of that game, 17 points, 13 rebounds. And as you've just seen there, that's an example of what he was doing all day in that cup final.
Absolutely. When you're a shorter player, you've got to excel in different parts of the game, and he seems to have mastered one way, and that's driving to the basket with pace.
Yeah, and for me, it's always exciting to see maybe those undersized guards,
Yeah,
because
for sure.
you know, they are fast and they can kind of get under players' feet. Can be a bit problematic.
Yeah, they bring that little bit of magic that you need sometimes when the game slows down.
Absolutely. So end line, England ball. Campbell with the inbound. Into Sholovinskas. Steps back to 3 again and nails it. Sholovinskas. 2 threes in the opening quarter. And that was a pretty casual 3.
Absolutely. Feel a bit bad for Will Owen there. He's only just checked into the game. Straight away he's got to defend the shooter, and he gets shot right in his face.
And Sholovinskas, great handover to Campbell. And Onyia drives to the basket, lays it in, and that's going to be an and-one opportunity.
Love that pump fake and drive. Will Owen, once again, having to defend the scorer. He's not had an easy introduction to the game, but he didn't bite on the pump fake. He stayed with his hands up, and it just didn't matter. He just drove straight through him. A little flex afterwards as well, just to put the exclamation point on that one.
As you see, Lewis Smith checking to the game for the first time for England. And Onyia completes the 3-point play. England ahead 11-3. We've got just over 6.5 minutes to play in the first.
Nice handle there from Lucas Davies.
Merriman, back round. Davies. Davies kicks it back out to Davies. And 3 seconds on the shot clock. Wales need to get something off here as it's picked off by Campbell, who can't quite, I think he just fell out of bounds there, but great D from Liam Campbell.
Fantastic hustle there on the defensive end, not letting Wales get anything set up properly. Diving towards the ball, picking it out, and good hustle there, really. He's really trying his best to keep that ball in play, can't quite stay in between the black lines, but fantastic hustle and really sets the tone there.
It really does, and you love to see that as well at the end of the shot clock, because really he could have let it run out, but he's still going.
Absolutely, and I think that's another part of leadership qualities. All of his teammates now have to match his energy if he's leading the line in that way. Yeah,
and you love, as a player, you love to see that on the court, don't you? It brings your game up.
Absolutely.
So it's Wales ball to inbound. Owen, round to Davies. Davies pulls up for 3. It's not going to drop. And it's chased down and just kept in by Owen. But again, you love to see that hustle running after the ball.
Absolutely. That was pretty a low percentage 3-point shot there. Maybe just a bit of a heat check, just trying to get one up. But I don't think the coach would have loved that shot.
As Campbell round to Smith. Onyia driving. Oh, great hook shot. Doesn't go. Gets his own rebound though. Can't put it back in. Another offensive board for England.
Wow, what a hustle play that was.
Perry Huggins with the short shot. That's not going to go. That's going to go the way of Wales.
What a fantastic hustle play that was. 2 offensive rebounds, one straight after another. Those kind of extra possessions that you can give your team, they add up over a 40-minute game, and that's going to massively aid England if they can consistently do that.
Definitely, and he's done the hard work there, just not been able to finish on the...
Absolutely. Look at this, 3-man up in the front court, trapping for England. And there's an 8-second violation.
And that's pressure from England. this early on as well. That's setting the tone.
Absolutely. Look at this. I mean, it's fantastic. The coach has got to be absolutely overjoyed when his players are following out like that. That's fantastic, and that's going to make the Welsh offense panic every time they go to bring the ball up.
Absolutely. Campbell to Sholovinskas. Sholovinskas driving. Oh, great move to the basket. And it's going to be a foul on the floor, so that's an end line ball.
He's got such a smooth handle. Really just seems to roll over the court. It just seems easy for him.
It really does. It does. And Sholovinskas, again, another fantastic young player. He was the MVP of the EABL in the South Division, made the All-Conference first team. He's played GB under-18s, and he's playing Division 1 as well. Just a great young talent.
2 threes already.
And Campbell, great hop step to the basket, can't finish, gets his own rebound though, puts it back in.
Wow.
Count it, and the foul. Liam Campbell.
We were talking about him being an undersized guard, but there he is getting his own rebound. I mean, talk about being an energizer for your team. That's a huge play. Huge play. He's been a fantastic so far.
Yes, he's doing a bit of everything, diving after the ball, offensively, defensively. And we're going to have a couple of substitutions for Wales.
Big changes.
As Rhys Cornelius is in. Along with Jacob Crump. So Campbell at the line. And hits that. He missed his first 2. It wasn't missing that one.
Absolutely not. Makes it a 3-point play.
Davis into Crump. Back out, 3's up, and that's 2 strong. Massive board from Onier.
Once again, Wales blowing the 3-point shot. They need to take it to the basket.
Liam Campbell, oh my goodness!
On the word there, take it to the basket. He must have heard me.
Just that. He was like, yeah, Dav, I've got you. I'm going to go to the basket.
Let me show these Welsh boys how to take it to the basket. Look at this quick step. Puts up that right hand. It's fantastic the way he just maneuvers his body to get away from the player but still take the contact.
And that's tough to do. He's in the air as he's doing it.
Absolutely.
So Campbell back at the line for a second chance at another 3-point play. Back-to-back possessions.
We were saying that England might be coming into this as something of favourites. Well, this is definitely showing that that might be right.
Sholovinskas, 3's up, and that one's no good.
He was due to miss one.
You have to at some point, surely.
He is human. Here we go.
So last touch, Wales going to go back with England. We've got 10 seconds on the shot clock as we're going to have a timeout. And head coach Nick O'Leary wants to talk things over.
Not surprised there.
So we have a 16-3 England lead with 4:36 left to play in the first. Dav, obviously England coming out firing here.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's got to be quite disheartening to the Welsh boys. I'm sure they've been preparing for this for a while, so this is not the start they would have been looking for. They haven't shot it well from 3. They haven't shot it well inside. They haven't shot enough when they've gone inside. They need to use them a bit more pick and roll, I think. Yeah. It's all a bit static in comparison to England. They've got some really good off-ball movement going for them. If they can just try and get some of the fundamentals down, some high pick and roll, get it to the basket, try and draw some contact, even if they're just shooting free throws, just to take away from the England mentality a little bit.
Yeah. If you can get to the line, if you can get some, if you can get inside, break that down, it gives you, like you say, gives you the confidence, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Just to see the ball go through the net a couple of times, even if it's not a shot yourself. But look at what Campbell's been doing. You talk about confidence. This is what's going to be filling the England team with confidence. And we're not seeing anyone do that for Wales. We're not seeing anyone put the team on their back, taking pride in the shirt and saying, all right, I'm going to take this game by the scruff of the neck and take it to England. And that's what I'm sure the coach will be telling them in this timeout.
Yeah, you need to match the energy, don't you?
Absolutely.
Whether you can match the energy of 5'11" Liam Campbell bouncing about the court, I don't know.
Well, maybe not, but you've got to try your best. You've got to give a bit more than they've been giving so far.
Okay, so back underway, inbound England. And we see Myers move Gottfried into the game for the first time for them. Oh, great. Some good D there from Rhys Cornelius.
Fantastic. I thought he was going to step out of bounds there.
Davies working against the move Gottfried. Davies He's absolutely swarmed by England players. Passes out, and Crump just can't save it in.
Once again, it's the same thing. It's a bit static. We're all just watching the ball handler kind of go to work and waiting for something to happen. No one's really making something happen.
And Davies there, so he's driving the baseline. He's obviously drawn that double, almost triple team. You've got players outside that are not going to be defended, so you need to kick it out. Easier said than done, obviously.
Of course.
Sholovinskas. Nwazu's shots doesn't go. And another rebound for Cornelius, but it's stolen away by England. And
blew the layup. And that's good hustle there. What I like there from Sholovinskas is he knows the gravity that he has because he's already hit a couple of threes, so he drew in the extra man, and he instantly, just like you said, Wales need to do a bit more of, he kicked it out to the open man, even though the three didn't go. It's good to see that he has that self-awareness.
Definitely, and again, at such a young age, it's great to see. As Perry Huggins at the line for two. First shot doesn't drop. And a 57.7% shooter this season in the EABL from the stripe.
Interesting to see that England don't seem to be shooting it particularly well at the line so far.
That's probably been their only downfall, I would say, so far this game. As he goes 1 of 2. Davies, and manages to pick it up, keeps it in. And he's going to try the three. That one's too strong. And Cornelius, though, he's working really hard on the board. You can see he's able to tip that there, knock it off the England players. Wales get another chance.
He's really impacted the game since coming on. I'm wondering, though, if Davies is going to keep on playing this heliocentric kind of style, whether or not it's going to come to bite Wales in behind.
Merrin round to Crump. Crump looking inside to Cornelius. Turns, fires. That's too strong. Chases after his own rebound, but can't pull it down.
Merriman there just getting a bit too aggressive with that one. I know that Cornelius is bringing the energy and he's trying to match that, which is what we've been asking for, but he's just taking it a bit too far there. There's no need. Everyone's back. There's not a transition opportunity coming for England. That was just a silly foul to give away because they're in the bonus now.
Yeah, so now for the last 3:20 of the game, every time Wales foul, England go to the line. But as you mentioned earlier, England haven't been hitting as much from the line, so maybe that's, going to work in their favour as Daniel Nwazu hits the second. Crump. Pass over to Merriman. Davies looking to get inside, and he's just drawn 3 England players onto him, but as you said there, Dav, he's drawn the foul. He's going to head to the line. That's a good move for Wales.
Absolutely. You want to see more of the driving to the basket. Like to see the playing with pace, playing with his head up. It seems so far that he's kind of just dribbling the ball, waiting for something to happen. There, he made something happen. He turned the corner, went straight to the basket, drew the foul, drew the contact. I would like to see maybe a bit more of a heads-up play when those England defenders break down, that he can pass it out and trust his teammates to maybe shoot the open deep 2 or the 3. But you can't argue when he's heading to the line.
Yeah. But you've got there. You've got to. You've
He's
got
got
to the
there.
line. As Emery Gottfried over to Nwazu. Smith. Emanalo in the corner, and he loses it. Turnover England to Wales, forcing the turnover.
Good couple of defensive minutes for Wales here, even though they haven't been hitting so much on the offensive end. Their defense has shored up.
And that's something that teams talk about a lot. Once you play D, the offense comes naturally once you have a tough defensive possession, as another 3 doesn't drop for Wales.
They're 0 for 6 now from deep range.
And Nwazu answers for England. He nails a 3.
Well, there's the difference. 3 for 5 for England, 0 for 6 for Wales.
And if it's not dropping for you, you need to try something else. You need to get inside. Again, 3's not dropping. Smith! Oh, can't finish the dunk.
Can't blame him for going for it, though. This crowd would have gone wild there.
Whitney Embleton driving to the basket. Can't get anything off, gets his own rebound though and kicks it out.
Surprised there was no whistle there. Lost contact.
And Davies runs into a wall of England players.
England have got a very clear defensive strategy. They just converge on the paint as soon as someone breaks down, and that's a beautiful transition bucket.
And Amu Gottfried, the length he has, he's able to just outreach, stretch to the basket and lay the basket in. Merriman turns and fires from the baseline and hits.
That's what we want to see, a bit more of. They can take that step inside the three-point lane. It's not working for them, so why don't they hit the mid-range a little more?
Yeah. You're not in a position, as we can see there on the replay.
Like
Great,
that.
just turns, squares up to the basket and just hits nothing but net on that one.
That's a real show of confidence. He sees the defender coming and he's like, nah, I'm still going for this. I'm feeling it. This is going down. And it's only the second time we've seen about like Wales really score from open play.
And they're not in it, they are down, it's 23-5 England lead, and you're not in a position where you have to hit threes, are you?
No.
Like this is it's a long game, there's a lot of basketball left to play.
Yes.
Just chip into this lead, twos are going to get the job done.
Absolutely. I mean, their defense has shored up a little bit over the past few minutes, so if they can just score more, it doesn't really matter how they score, if they can get to the line, if they can hit some layups. But that England defense is converging around the paint as soon as someone gets a little bit of penetration. So they've clearly noticed that Wales can't really shoot from outside, so they're happy to converge on the paint.
Yeah.
And well, with the way that England have been scoring the other end, that defensive strategy is going to serve them so well. And look at this, the way they've been shooting from three. I mean, it's polar opposites, these teams so far.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. And that, obviously, if you're Wales, you almost feel like you're having to chase it. You can see what England are doing well, you're trying to do it, and it's not working. It can feel quite pressured, can't it? But you just need to play your game.
Yeah,
right?
You can fall into a trap sometimes when you're seeing a team shooting so many threes. You can fall into a trap of assuming that, okay, we've got to match that. When really you need to play your game, listen to your coaches, play your system, play to your own strengths, not for the opposition's.
Definitely. So back on the court, England ball, Amu Gottfried. And Nawazi turns and spins and just lays it in.
Beautiful little baby hook there.
And England looking like they've got a slight height advantage perhaps on the court at the moment.
Yeah, I'd say. I think it's just general physicality as well. Obviously, we don't know how much all of these guys weigh, but it seems as if the Welsh players are kind of bouncing off the England defenders. Oh, just about recovered that.
As Davies, he's got space, going to the basket, hangs in the air. Can't finish. But Wales have drawn the foul and they're going to go back to the free throw line. So just as you said, Dab, that's if they can do that, if they can draw that foul, as you can see there.
Well, Lucas Davies, he's by far been the brightest spark offensively for Wales. And we're seeing once again when he's driving to the basket, when he's aggressive and he's taking it straight to the hoop, it's benefiting Wales. Even now, Cornelius is at the line instead of him, but he got the offensive rebound because of him driving, because of him missing that shot. So we need a bit more of that.
Yes, it'll be Cornelius at the line for two, and Edward Onyea checking back in for England.
Cornelius, that's his third rebound already, by the way. Fantastic impact off the bench.
Yeah, he really has. He feels like he's been a bit of a spark. Like, obviously Wales still down, but he's been doing those things, but getting those rebounds. And his presence inside as well. He's a taller player. Yeah.
We were just talking about height advantage for England. I mean, it's no surprise that they brought someone on with a bit of that size and he's having an impact. Nice ball movement. Fantastic from England. Oh, the out the pass.
Merriman tries the short jumper, and that's good. And there we go. That's working for Wales.
Yeah, really clear, really nice break in transition. And Merriman once again taking a step inside and pulling up from the mid-range. That was a very, very clean jumper.
Onyea kicks it out. Round to Amu Gottfried. Amu Gottfried with the baseline jumper and hits. Looked like he was falling out of bounds almost there.
Unbelievable to keep that even though he was so off balance. Beautiful crossover from Davies there, and he's found Cornelius.
Oh, it's unlucky for that not to drop, but that, like, Wales look like they've just turned it up a little bit.
Yeah, the energy's definitely raised here. Don't know if they're seeing the seconds ticking down maybe on the shot clock and thought, oh my goodness, need to get something going here. but it's been a definite change.
As we got 11.1 in the first quarter. Davis. Round to Parfait. Into Cornelius. Cornelius. Tough move. Can't get it to drop. And again, he's going up against two England players. They're just making a wall inside.
Absolutely. They got a bit of a Twin Towers action going on here. Two bigs playing against just Cornelius, who seems to be on his own with four smaller players. So he's got a tough matchup ahead of him.
Amu Gottfried, 2.5 to shoot. That's too strong, and that will do it for the end of the first quarter. England lead 29-9 after a big first quarter where they've come out firing from behind the arc, inside.
Yep.
And they have been led by 6 points from Nedas Sholovinskas and 6 points from Daniel Nwazu as well. For Wales, leading the way, 4 points from Owen Merriman and Josh Tudor, and Rhys Cornelius adding in a couple of points as well. So coming into the second quarter, what do you think the Wales team are going to need to look to try and do here to try and counter that England offensive?
Well, they are converging on the painted defensive system for England so far. So I think Owen Merriman seemed to notice that a little bit towards the end. He took 2 shots. That's why he's leading with 4 points. Took 2 shots by just taking that little step into the mid-range, pulling up, and he's got a really nice, clean form.
Yeah.
So I think even though they've kind of noticed that and gone, okay, let's shoot some threes, they can take a step inside and still have that space available to them. So I think they need to take advantage of the mid-range a bit more and keep the defensive pressure going with Cornelius.
And for England, is it just a case of keep doing what you're doing?
I'd say so. I think they've done rather well to score 29 points in the first quarter. I mean, here you see exactly how Wales managed to score some of their points, and it is through matching the physicality of England. England have been great. Obviously, Sholovinskas and Campbell set the tone early with those threes from outside for Sholovinskas, and Campbell, with his ability to drive inside and just maneuver his body into positions that cause so many problems for Wales, is really interesting to see how they come out in this second quarter. But I doubt the coach will be changing too much about the way they've been playing.
Yeah. So back on court for the second. And Matt Goodwin back into the lineup for England. As it will be Wales' ball to start things off.
Interesting for England. They shot better from 3 than they did from the free throw line in that quarter.
That's
unbelievable.
I don't feel like you see that very often.
Absolutely not.
If ever.
They call them free throws for a reason.
Yeah. And Wales still can't hit from behind the arc.
Merriman there. Good to see that he's got that confidence from hitting a couple of shots, though.
And it was a good look. It was a good look. It just didn't drop. As Campbell, he puts up a 3. That one's too strong. So last touch, England, Wales ball. I think England almost looked like they weren't chasing that down as they thought it was off Wales, but call on the floor is Wales ball.
Look at this again from England, instantly pressuring the restart.
And it's stolen away by Campbell. Pass inside. Back out to Campbell, who's going to try the 3 again. That one's too strong.
And the outlook pass just too strong there. Wales need to keep a cool head in these transition moments. These are the opportunities where they may be able to run out at England because they're playing so far up defensively. They need to get out and run, so they can't be doing those sloppy passes.
Exactly, and you don't need to panic pass, do you? It's just, you can take your time. It is difficult when England are pressing. It's a pass inside Campbell. And that's loose, but England's sideline ball.
Campbell seems to have started this quarter the exact same way he started the first. Just all energy all the time. Really, really impressive.
He doesn't care. It's 9:30 in the morning. Campbell to Goodwin. Goodwin for 3. And he hits. And Matt Goodwin, if you've watched the Manchester Magic play this season, you'll have seen him do that all season long.
He's got a really nice form there. Whoever his shooting coach is has done a very, very good job with him.
And then Goodwin as well, answering on the other end, just knocking the ball out of play. Good defensive possession. And there's a legendary game, Dav. Matt Goodwin had, I think it was 10 threes in the game in some of the junior Final Fours.
Unbelievable. 10 threes. I mean, I think you'd be taking notice of that if he was in the NBA.
And again, three's no good for Wales. Can't get it to fall. It's Campbell hands it over. And Obo just lays it in.
And that's the way they want to run the transition. England really composed, really collected there in the fast break.
Again, three is not falling for Wales, but they've got the offensive board, able to put it back in. And that's really great to see. Parfit getting on the board for Wales.
Fantastic offensive rebound there as well. Anderton.
Campbell round the outside. Onyea out to Campbell. Goodwin driving, steps through, hands it off. Oh, that's one of those passes that you want to finish because it looked so good.
It was a really strong move there. He's really aware of how he's positioned his body.
Davis with a short jumper, and that's good. And we see that it's working when Wales are shooting that mid-range jumper. It's working for them.
Absolutely. I mean, it's not too difficult to understand. The closer to the basket you are, normally it's easier to shoot. But they've been really knocking it down from the mid-range area. There, it was just a little bit of aggression from the English defense. They really went for the pick off the pass, and that opened up the floor for the shot. So it'll be interesting to see if Wales carry on in that way and whether England maybe tighten up and stop going for so many turnovers and trying to force the steal.
Yes. So, 34-13, England lead. We've got 7:53 to play in the half. And coming up after this game, we've got another one for you at 11 o'clock. It will be Wales and Ireland women kicking things off. So make sure to stick around on the Basketball Wales YouTube channel. A full day of games. We've got 12 hours? 12 hours worth of games.
Oh, yes. If you're a basketball fan, there can't be anything better than this, surely.
Yeah, and we've got a full slate of games today, and then we're going to do it all again tomorrow. And we'd just like to thank our sponsors, iPro, Hydrate, Bigfoot Basketball, Sports Wales, Small Ballers, Starting 5 and Cardiff Met University. And thank you to Basketball Wales for putting on such a great event. We've got 2 great days of basketball, and we're just getting started.
Absolutely. I mean, you couldn't be more excited if you're a British basketball fan, surely. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic couple of days. And that's the good thing about it being split up over 2 days. If you can't make one, you can make the other, and you can kind of get a feel for the weekend kind of.
Exactly. It's a great tournament atmosphere, isn't it? It's like a festival.
I like that, a festival.
It's a festival of basketball. As Goodwin hands it off. Cernak in the corner, and he nails a shot.
That was an unbelievable no-look pass. He looks so excited.
Sure, we're going to see that one back on some highlights. And Wales looking to answer here. And it's nearly stolen away by Matt Goodwin, who just seems to be getting his hands everywhere.
And once again, a sloppy pass from Wales.
And Cernak driving to the basket, finishes. And the pace from England, it's just relentless.
Wow, well done to break through the pressure there for Wales. That's really nicely worked.
That's a really great, almost volleyball touch pass from Thomas back to Davies. And that's the risk you run, isn't it? You're pressing down in one end, you're going to have players open at the other end. Absolutely.
They're playing a high-risk system, but it's been working for them so far. So I'd be surprised to see if England really walk away from that.
And Wales with another chance here. Thomas's shot doesn't drop.
Well, that'll be disappointing to say the least. From the elbow, you really have to make contact with the rim. From that close in, if it's an airball from 3 at this level, I can kind of understand 1 or 2 airballs, but from the elbow, that's real fundamental stuff.
As we got a substitution, England, Daniel Nawazu back in, along with Tyrese Perry-Huggins. Matt Goodwin going to inbound for England. And Goodwin making an impact here since he's been on.
Absolutely. He's been fantastic. He's just got so much energy, and even though maybe it won't show up so much in the box score, if you're watching this, he really passes the eye test. He makes things happen.
So, Dow, I don't know if you've heard, we have a term up in Manchester for the player that doesn't, they might not show up on the stat sheet much, but it's the JLC, named after the great Joe Leedon Warner.
Of course.
Just that extra 1%, that extra pressure you're putting on. So we like a JLC player up in Manchester.
Well, he seems to fit that mold.
His
Absolutely. Also, Campbell might be in with a shot at a triple-double here today. 5 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. Unbelievable. It's only the second quarter.
In just 9 minutes of play. That's incredibly impressive.
I'm so surprised to see that line. I thought there might have been a mistake there, but 5 rebounds. We were talking about him being a smaller guard with energy. I mean, it epitomizes exactly that.
In fact, he's leading the England team in rebounds.
What does that say about the rest of them?
So we're on triple-double watch for Liam Campbell in the second quarter. Tudor backing down. Oh, it's stripped and stolen away by Matt Goodwin, who's going 2-on-1 all the way to the basket as Goodwin lays it in.
A fantastic strong drive there. And the outlet pass again for Wales. They get a bit lucky.
Just tipped by Cernak there.
It seems that they've realized they need to do something pretty special if they're going to make up 26 points. But they seem to be trying to get this outlet pass.
And 3 goes down for Wales. That's their first of the game.
Well, that'll do it. That'll start making a difference. Parfitt. He's got a fantastic brother, Jack Parfitt, but I've never seen him play before, so it'll be interesting to see how he comes over the next coming days.
And that's another rebound for Liam Campbell. Crossover and jumper doesn't go, but Liam Campbell absolutely on fire here in the first half. And for Wales, Dav, you see that 3 fall down. You know, it gives you that confidence. It is going. It's been tough to get there, to get it to drop, but it can help you go on a bit of a run there.
Absolutely. I mean, they were 0 of 9, and now they're 1 of 10. So 1 of 10 feels a little better, but it's not 0-4. Those are the only words you want to avoid when you're shooting the basketball is 0-4.
That's a good win. Inbounds to Amu Gottfried.
He looks so composed on the ball.
This is inside. And that's out of bounds, but last touch Wales just stays with England. Yeah, Goodwin just looks so comfortable, doesn't he?
Fantastic. I'm so impressed with him so far, honestly. He just has a composure on the ball as if he's just reading the entire court.
And Amu Gottfried steps inside. Long shot's no good. Well, so we've got around 5 minutes to play, and it's stolen away again by England as Amu Gottfried picks it up. Driving to the basket, and a bit of a miscommunication there on the handoff as Cernak, I think, just wasn't expecting that pass.
Yeah, a bit of sloppy play from both teams there. Wales to give the ball away, and then that was a poorly executed transition break there from England. Goodwin was completely open in the left-hand corner. He decided to try and go alone, and then when he realized he couldn't, he tried to throw the pass, and that's what leads to the turnover.
And they're the kind of things England will be looking to try and clean up as they go through this tournament.
Absolutely, and I'm sure they will. The more they play throughout the next couple of days, I'm sure they'll come together as a team. Beautiful turn.
And Tudor just jumped on by England, so he's going to head to the line.
Fantastic turn there to create the space from Tudor. It's nice to see, you know, footwork in the post. It's not prioritized as much, I think, by people of this generation so much as the outside shot, as we've seen by so much shooting from deep so far today. I think as people are more and more drawn to the Steph Curry style, so to speak, of the NBA, people think that that's the be-all and end-all. So it's good to see the fundamentals in the post working there for Tudor.
Definitely almost a lost art sometimes,
yeah,
isn't
absolutely.
it?
And then when you see someone who's got it really well, it becomes a massive asset for a team.
Yeah. Goodwin looking to hand it off.
Beautiful hesitation.
As Amu Gottfried with a left-handed layup, and again, Amu Gottfried with the outstretched arm, he's just able to reach over. As Amu Gottfried there again, so scores at one end, runs down the other end, and his defensive pressure able to force the ball out.
Absolutely, and your teammates will notice that. Anyone who's played basketball with someone like that, it really, really makes a difference when you see someone running court to court, hoop to hoop, to really make that impact on both ends. It really just lifts you up.
As Sebastian Emanalo checks back in for England. And for Wales, we will have Nathan Travers and Jake Harrison in. Wales looking to inbound here, I think. Bounced off the head of an England player.
It was really difficult there, really static from Wales. Ooh.
Good win. Is it round? And Emanalo's shot doesn't drop. But again, some good ball movement from England.
Yeah. That seems to be the biggest difference. It's really, really comfortable moving the ball or England. Oh, he'll head to the line for 3 for that. Ooh. Big smile there. I'm not sure. I'm not sure he was expecting to be heading to the charity stripe.
That was quite a quick shot, though, for Wales. Coming down the court, you know, I mean, it's worked out for them because they've gone to the line.
But generally, I think that's been the biggest difference. Wales may be hesitant to try and work and create a good shot, whereas England are happy to run a couple of possessions, run through a couple of set plays. Goodwin happy to break down the defense and then reset something if it doesn't work. So Wales seem to be happy to take the first shot that comes. It's worked out this time, but we'll see how it goes throughout the rest of the game.
And again, as we said before, you know, it's a big lead for England, but you've still got a lot of time.
Yeah.
So you've got a lot of basketball to play to chip into this. As Goodwin works around outside. Oh, fantastic pass underneath the basket. And Perry Huggins just kicks it back out. I'd like to see him go with the reverse there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think those are the kind of plays that everybody wants to see. But that pass just breaks down the Welsh defense instantly. So he had options there, which sometimes makes it harder.
Travers out, round to Davies. Davies thought about the 3. And great fake, short jumper, and it's good. And again, it's working for Wales with that mid-range.
Absolutely, and Davies is able to show some composure there with the pump fake up, got the England defender to bite, and then he's left with space. That's really, really well worked.
Goodwin for 3, hits!
And then right on the other end, Davies gets lost in the screen and can't get out for the closeout. Goodwin, that's a fantastic shot once again. His form is so clean. But if you see here, Davies just gets caught in the screen and can't close out. That's really well-worked play from England.
And I mean, that's a lot of space for Matt Goodwin. He doesn't need a lot of space,
no.
But when he's got that much, he's going to take that shot.
For sure, he's got a really quick release. That's what we can see so far. So that's going to make it even harder for the Wales players to get out to that 3-point line to challenge him.
And that takes Goodwin to 8 points.
Wow.
Leading the scoring along with Nwazu for England, who both have 8. And Liam Campbell, 5 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 0 turnovers.
Wow. 0 turnovers. That's something that the coach is going to be very happy about.
And especially when you're a guard that's handled the ball that much.
Yeah.
What a fantastic player. I'm excited to see like 2 more games of him.
Oh my goodness, yeah. This is such a great way to get started. I think it's interesting that they've switched the way that it's worked. So England-Wales being the last game last year and it being the opener here. I think it tees up the couple of days that we've got here at Archers Arena because it sets the tone.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a rivalry, England-Wales, no matter what the sport is, and it gets everything going, gets the game bubbling up for the next couple of days.
That's what we want, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
So we get just under 3 minutes to play in the first half. Davies up against Goodwin, swings it round. Thomas pass inside as Travers tries to keep it alive and does.
That was a nice cut. Good idea, but he just couldn't quite make the pass.
Goodwin hands it off. And, can't finish the layup for England. Get their own offensive board, though. And Perry Huggins draws the foul as he goes to the line. That rebound almost just fell into the hands of Perry Huggins. You want to see Wales boxing out a little bit.
It's really interesting here. See how quick that first step is. He just gets straight past his defender, straight into the body of the big, and that's going to draw the foul every time. If he can take that first step that quickly after an offensive board, that's going to cause such mayhem for the Welsh defence.
I love that. And it is causing mayhem for them.
It has so far. They've been to the line, well, even amount of times. They both shot 11 free throws up until this trip. So far, actually, Wales hitting it at the better clip, but it's been the threes for England that have been deadly. 6 of 13.
Perry Huggins goes 2 of 2 from the line for England. Increases the lead. 26-point lead for England. Thomas over to Davies.
Lots of movement for Wales here. That's so much better. Can't quite make it count, though.
It was a good look from Travers, though, as well, and that's the area it's been working from around the free throw line.
It's great to see that kind of static play we saw in the first quarter kind of welter away for Wales. Everyone's working even off the ball. And this from Goodwin, just the ability to see that the clear lane through the middle is the way to go, because the physicality that England have, it's going to end up at the free throw line, right?
Yeah.
Seems to be.
As we see Owen Merriman back in for Wales. No, apologies. Owen's on the bench. And Nwazu again hitting the free throws. So if England can get into that rhythm as well, if they can convert from the free throw line, it's going to be a real problem for other teams in this tournament.
Absolutely. To think that they could improve on this lead is a terrifying thought.
That's a really deep three from Davies.
Really surprised at that shot.
And Amu Gottfried over to Sholovinskas. Perfect ball movement and the great finish from Sholovinskas.
And Davies there. We're talking about people who are putting hustle and effort on both sides there. He settled for a really deep three and then went for the pick instead of defending the rim there. Left Will Owen completely isolated. I'm not sure that's going to have the impact on your teammates that it's going to have when you're having the hustle plays that we've seen from England.
So Gottfried kicks it out. Sholovinskas for three. And another big three from Sholovinskas.
His form is fantastic. It's textbook.
There's no rushing, is there? He's absolutely calm and confident as he's taking those. Davies.
Nice handoff.
And that's going to be an offensive foul call on Wales.
Yeah.
As we can just see here.
The handoff was clean. The screen is moving.
So England get the ball back and a chance again to increase this lead. Got just under a minute to play. Amu Gottfried with the crossover, driving to the basket. Can't finish the layup.
That's a nice look, though.
And Merriman over to Travers. Again, Wales not able to finish at the rim.
Merriman got a bit lucky there. I think he lost the ball. It ends up as a nice pass.
As Nwazu draws the contact on the three. So Daniel Nwazu heading to the line for 3 shots.
Harrison there. I think there was a little bit of ill discipline. You can see that he's pulling up from 3 and he's still jumping out to heavily contest that. I don't think that was quite necessary.
And Nwazu hitting the first. So England not shooting as well in the first quarter. They don't seem to be having too much of a problem here in the second.
Absolutely not. I wonder if that's just maybe them calming down into the game. They can see how much of a lead they've got.
Yeah.
Perhaps maybe the heart rate just dropping a little.
Yeah. There we go. And Nwazu 3 of 3 from the line. As Davies looks to get it over half court. Around to Harrison. Davies, England there, just great defense. And a good little handoff to Owen, who finishes for Wales.
Lovely, sets the screen, rolls straight away. That's a really nice play for Wales. A bit more of that is what they need if they're going to get anything out of this tournament.
Sholovinskas for 3 at the buzzer, nails it! Nidas Sholovinskas putting on a 3-point shooting clinic here at the Archers Arena in the first half.
That's absolutely fantastic. He just fades outside that line and Wales unable to make the closeout. They just get confused by the brilliant movement of England. It's been fantastic all game long and he has been benefiting from that more than anyone.
He's been huge. He has hit 4 of 5 from behind the arc. He's got 14 points, leading all scorers so far. And what a start to this tournament for England. 63-26 as we head into half-time. That's a huge lead for them.
Absolutely, it's a huge lead. It'll be disappointing for Wales. They wouldn't have wanted to start out this way, but England are going to be so happy with this kind of performance. This is going to be something that the coaches would have been dreaming about.
Absolutely. So we are just going to grab a quick interview with Nedas Sholovinskas for half-time, have a quick chat with him.
Yeah.
Dav will go and speak to him. And Nedas, 14 points, 4 of 5 from 3. And he's been huge for England, as we've just been talking about. Such a great young player and a really, really exciting future. It's great to see him in tournaments like this. As we'll just swing courtside, and Dav is with Nedas Sholovinskas.
From outside, is that something that the coaches have been setting up for you to do? Is that what your team's trying to make happen for you?
Yeah, we have a lot of plays where it's like me coming off screens and stuff like that, but it's not only for me, it's for other shooters as well, but I've knocked down a lot of shots, to be fair. So
you've been working really hard defensively, it looks like. You've been trapping really high up the pitch, but then they've been trying to throw the outlet pass. Is that something that you're just going to live with?
On defense, we're trying to be very aggressive because we realize once our defense gets better, our offense just naturally comes. So,
yeah.
But we do need to stop like a couple runs and stuff because I feel like we switch off, so we need to make sure that focus is throughout the whole game.
Right, okay. Well, you started out really well in this tournament, obviously, by the deficit. Is this what you were expecting today? Obviously, you went unbeaten last year, England.
Yeah.
So is this kind of what you were expecting?
We believe we're a good team, and we believe we can win the whole thing. So, yeah, it's not really a surprise for us.
It's not a surprise for you. So you've got a lot of confidence within the team. Does that come from you guys, the players, or from the coaches?
Both, to be honest. I'm sure coaches believe in us. We believe each other as a team. So we're very together as well. So.
All right. Well, thank you ever so much for chatting to me. You've been absolutely fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Have a good game.
So Dav with Nedas Sholovinskas there, who's been putting on an absolute show for England this first half as they take a 63-26 lead into half-time. So we are going to take a quick break for half-time, and we'll be back with you in around 8 minutes' time. So stay tuned. Thank you. Welcome back to the Archers Arena here in Cardiff. We're getting ready for the second half between Wales and England men in the Under-18 Four Nations tournament. We've had a fantastic first half to start things off, and we can see just there some of the great plays from the first half between these two teams.
Interesting there. You see the 1-3 of the game for Parfitt. Wales really struggled from deep, but he came on and he seemed to make a difference. I'll be interested to see if he gets any more minutes in this second half.
Yeah, he was a good spark for Wales off the bench.
For sure.
And speaking of threes, Nedas Sholovinskas putting on an absolute clinic today. 4 of 5 from behind the arc, hitting a 3 at the buzzer to end the first half as well.
I mean, he's really seemed like he's got fire at his fingertips today. It's been amazing the way he can pull up so quickly. Him and Goodwin seem to really excel from deep, but they've got very different form. He seems really calm and measured going up, and Goodwin's got such a quick release. They're both very good. Campbell here, this was what really set the game going. The small guard grabbing his own rebound and getting the energy going right at the start was really what set the tone. It was fantastic here, and it'll be interesting to see if he can get that triple-double, because it looked as if he was really going for it, but he hasn't been able to score so much.
He hasn't, has he? 5 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, though. We are on triple-double watch.
We are. Please.
6 rebounds. He's leading England in rebounds.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
He's a 5'11" guard, and I mean, what do you say about that? That's ridiculous.
It's absolutely insane. If there was anyone like that on the Welsh team, I think the game would be a little different, to say the least. But he has been missing quite a few of his shots. He's 2 for 8 from the field, and he's 1 for 4 from the line. So he needs to get that shooting touch back if he's going to try and lead this team in the second half. Yeah,
definitely. So teams are just about to come back on court. England with a pretty solid lead here as we head into the third quarter. So let's see what Wales can do in the second half. And sometimes in instances like this, Dav, it's not necessarily like you have to win this game. Obviously, that is, they would like to, but it's a good chance as well for the coaches to try some rotations, maybe try some plays that they wouldn't normally see, what's going to work for them for the rest of the tournament.
Absolutely. I mean, this is not do or die. This is the first look out for this team together playing as a unit. So they're going to have an opportunity to run some different things, maybe try some set plays, see if they can get the ball. I'd love to see the ball out of Davis's hands. Justin Davis, I mean, sorry. Apologies, Jack Davis. He's had the ball so much in this game so far for Wales, so it'll be interesting to see if they can get anyone else on the ball, see if anyone else wants to take the game with a scruff of the neck.
You see that, Davis on the inbound, great pass inside to Tudor, who draws the contact, and he's going to head to the line. So that is a really good start for Wales to kick off this third quarter. Absolutely.
Tudor there did really well to get some space off the ball, broke through the England defense, and he was right in the perfect position to get that nice tip in off the glass.
So Tudor having gone at 2 of 2 from the line so far, and that's probably the commentator's curse there. Shouldn't have said anything as he misses that one.
Well, it had to happen at some point. Don't blame yourself.
Good win, but England tries to kick it out. It's kept alive by Onyea. Over to Sholovinskas. And that's some great D from Whitney Embleton there on Sholovinskas, like not giving him any space to even get that 3 off.
Look at the playmaking there, though. He drew the players in and then kicked it out. Beautiful.
And a great move from Davis, who again draws the contact, heading to the free throw line. A couple of great possessions here from Wales to start things off, as he just can't quite see who that's on the replay.
It's a fantastic drive from Davis. Honestly, he's got so much pace there. It's a beautiful fast break from Wales. That's what they need a bit more of. Instead of the outlet passes that sometimes bounce out of play and sometimes land perfectly in the hand of the person who's breaking out, just drive. When they've got space in front of them, just drive.
It's working, and a Tudor with the offensive board kicks it out, and Merriman gets things started from behind the arc for Wales this half.
Well, if anyone was going to do it, it seemed like it was going to be him. He scored a couple in that first half. He's got a really nice stroke on him, and that was a really nice walk step in 3.
Obo with the scoop doesn't go. And Campbell, short float is good, and hey, he heard us, Dav. He was like, what are you saying, I'm not scoring?
Absolutely. Well, he knows that he's not shot it well enough, so it'll be interesting to see if he takes it on himself to score a bit more.
And that pass inside is just knocked away, picked up by Onyea. Round to Goodwin. Sholovinskas driving the baseline and can't get it to fall, but again grabs his own offensive board and he's fouled as he tries to put it back in.
Well, you talk about hustle play there. He's got 2 players on him and he still manages to pick the ball out of the air and then just out-muscle them to get into position to be fouled. That's really difficult when you've got 2 players like that to make sure that you're in the spot and you're able to get in that position.
And yeah, you can see there as well. He's going back up. He's not kicking it out as well.
Absolutely. He's backing himself. You could see when I spoke to him at halftime how confident he is, and it's clear on the court as well.
As he hits the first free throw, and that takes him to 15 points.
Him and Goodwin, what a dangerous duo that is for England for the future.
Second one shot, and that's such an exciting prospect for England, for the GB team.
Yeah.
When you have players that at such a young age connect and have that experience playing together, like you say, the future.
Absolutely. I mean, this could be an advertisement for what we can expect over the next 10, 12 years.
Yeah, and just think like how much more they can develop. This is
Oh my goodness, yeah.
this is just the beginning. As Campbell looks to hand it off over to Goodwin.
Good jab step there from Goodwin.
Oh, Goodwin, great pass over to Campbell, who hangs, can't finish. Obo gets the offensive board. Kicks it back round to Campbell. 1 second to shoot, needs to put something up. He does, and that one's no good. I'm not sure if England were quite aware that the clock was running down there. It can be hard. We've got a lot of loud drums being banged on the Wales side, so maybe they don't get the advantage of being in front of the England bench.
Yeah, perhaps that will make a difference here, but he hasn't been shooting it well from 3, so I'm not surprised that one didn't go. Well, that's fantastic from Tudor once again here. He's come out swinging in the second half.
He really has, and the energies, he's pumping up the bench, the crowd's getting into it, and we can see that's a really tough move as he steps through. Left-handed layup off the glass and then goes to the line, finishes the 3-point play.
And it's not like he had that over a smaller defender. He's doing that over Obo, who so far has been a massive anchor for the England defence. So hats off to Tudor there.
Absolutely, a 7-3 run for Wales this quarter. Onyear. And his pass is managed to be picked up by Obo, who drops it in, gets the friendly roll on that one.
It's a gorgeous lead pass, just putting it in front of his teammate so he got time to run ahead of his defender and still manage to catch onto that ball.
Davis to Merriman. Merriman stepping through to the basket, he's blocked.
Oof, that's a big rejection there from Obo. I don't think he took too kindly to being beaten by Tudor those times, so he just made a bit of an exclamation on that rejection there.
So 8 seconds on the shot clock. Merriman into Tudor. Gets it back. Onyear's all over him, and that's not going to go. Maybe a bit of a rush shot. Still a couple of seconds on the clock.
Absolutely. I think Wales will be really disappointed with that look there. 8 seconds is long enough to get a good set going.
And Sholovinskas just steals it away for England. Over to Onyear, steps through, doesn't get that to drop.
And once again, you're talking about being impactful on both ends. Sholovinskas shot that 3 and straight away was back to disrupt the transition play for Wales.
And again, you'd love to see it as Davis steps back for 3 and hits. That's a big basket for Davis.
That was a clean step back. It looks like he's been practicing that.
Again, another big shot for Wales. As Campbell drives to the basket, hangs in the air and gets the ball to drop.
Well, that was so clean. He used the screen perfectly there. He knows how to turn the corner and just turn the jets on.
So Liam Campbell, 9 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists.
He's getting there.
Onyear over to Campbell. Goodwin with space for 3, and that was the perfect shot, wasn't it? You saw the spin on the ball. We had the perfect view of that.
That was a gorgeous, gorgeous shot from Goodwin, but Wales have to be disappointed, and they should be disappointed once again.
And Goodwin for 3 again. That one's no good. Sholovinskas with the offensive board, steps through and lays it in.
Oh my goodness. Sholovinskas looks like such a talent. He's got everything to his game. He's so well rounded here. Gets the rebound, the fake pass, The double clutch on the lay and the right-hand finish is so strong.
What a player, and what a standout performance he's having here this half. Well, the first half, second half, he's just picked up absolutely where he left off.
It's unbelievable. We were saying at the start that this is both an advertisement for the game, the sport in Britain, but also for these players to maybe show the senior teams, maybe show some BBL teams that these are the players of the future. They deserve some recognition. And if you're going to come away from watching anything in this game, you're going to be looking at Shulavinskas' name.
Definitely. When you've got a guy that can shoot as well as he does from behind the arc and then get to the basket as well, he's also putting the pressure on defense, just doing a bit of everything.
Absolutely. And he's leading this team. He's the captain. So I don't really know what more you can ask of him. Leadership qualities, he's working his arse off on defense, and he's really, really shooting it so well from outside.
Exactly. You can't ask any more of him. Yeah. So England here with a 75-39 lead here in the third quarter. Wales, a good start to the third. They're going to be pleased with that. Obviously still down. But Tudor especially, he's been really good for Wales.
He's been really impactful in this second half. He's come on and he's had just a bit more energy, maybe that chip on his shoulder from being bullied a little in the paint maybe in the first quarter. I mean, all of Wales really seems to have been bullied by the physicality of England. But being the big man, maybe he took that a little personally. He came out firing in the second half.
And he's got 9 points, 5 rebounds and an assist. Leading the way for Wales. As Davis works against Smith. And that three's no good for Wales, doesn't drop. Nawazu. Saved in by Cernak. And that's a great offensive rebounding for the England.
Vision.
Three's just a bit too strong. And Jacob Crump doing a good job saving us from getting hit by the ball.
Yeah, we appreciate that one. But the vision there from Shulavinskas, he gets the ball at the top of the key and he just spots he's got an open man in that right-hand corner, skip pass straight to him and creates an opportunity straight away for another deep range effort for a teammate.
And again, the shot didn't drop, but it was a good look.
Absolutely, and his teammates will recognise that, okay, he had maybe a half chance, but he's still willing to look for me who's got the better option.
And that's such a good quality to see in your teammates, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You're looking for the great shot. You can have a good shot, but you want the great shot.
Absolutely. Good shot, better shot, great shot.
That's Davis' first free throw doesn't fall. Second, in and out, and then finally goes back in. Nawazu for England over to Smith. Cernak in the corner. And foul on Wales. That's going to be a foul on the floor before the shot.
I wonder who's brought the vuvuzelas. I'm not complaining, but it's interesting for Archers Arena.
We've got a whole orchestra here, I think. We've got drums, vuvuzelas. And Cernak can't finish on the putback. And a great board for Tudor.
Fantastic there.
Thomas out to Davis. Good ball movement here from Wales. Oh, great pass under the basket. Crump, no look pass. And Tudor banks it in.
That's such a tough shot. Off balance. He's got contact on him and he's falling away. That's such a tough shot to make. I wasn't expecting him to drain that one.
He's come out really firing here in the second half. Shulavinskas against Davis. Cernak for three. No good. Thomas down to Davis. Davis against Shulavinskas, steps back. Can't get that to fall. And it is going to stay with Wales.
Well, the lead is still the lead. Unfortunately, Wales is going to take an awful lot of effort if they're going to try and make that lead a little less. But I think that the coaching staff will be really happy with the way that they've come out playing in this second half. Honestly, this is such an improvement. 16
points so far. We've got 4:30 to play. That's Cornelius. Backs down Perry Huggins. Cornelius. Oh, tough move. And I think he's got knocked as well in the head as he finished.
It's probably going to make a big difference to him to come onto a side that's already playing a little better. Because when he came on in the first, he seemed to make a massive difference.
Yeah.
But they're already playing better than they were, so he's just going to add to it.
Definitely. And that's nearly stolen away. Cornelius just rips it out of the hands of Nwazu.
Good strength there.
Davies, three's up. That's too strong. And for Wales, it was working well, wasn't it? Moving the ball around before taking that shot. So again, no need to rush a shot. If it's a good look, it's a good look. But Perry Huggins to the basket, and Cernak picks it up, draws the contact.
Absolutely. They were all over him there on that putback. I think that maybe a bit of anger that they couldn't get the rebound, but they'll head to the line, England. And they seem to be shooting a better clip than they were.
Yeah, they've improved throughout the game, haven't they?
Yeah. Interesting to see Davis come out there. Maybe the coach really didn't like that shot.
And for England, we've seen Matt Goodwin back in, along with Myers and Mu Gottfried. And Wales so far this quarter in an 18-12 run, but 18-13, but that is the highest scoring quarter they've had so far, so a definite improvement on the first half.
Absolutely, and they will be looking to take that into the rest of the tournament with them.
Cernak, 2 of 2 from the line, increases England's lead. Thomas nearly loses it, it's picked up. Owen, back to Thomas, Thomas for 3, and that's good!
Wow, that's a big shot for Wales.
Cernak looking to answer. And he's got so much space there outside. Wales really need to come outside. I know he missed that one, but it was a good look, and he's a capable three-point shooter.
Absolutely. I mean, he kind of checked it. It seemed as if he was unsure about whether or not to take it, and then he was like, wait, how much space are you giving me? I'm going to take this. That's poor from Wales.
Stolen away as Thomas slams it home.
Is that the first dunk we've seen
I think
here
it
at
is.
the Four Nations?
It is.
Well, Thomas, eat your heart out. First dunk of the day.
Wales absolutely explosive this third quarter. Thomas for 3. That's not going to fall.
I don't blame him for that one.
So Mu Gottfried kicks it out. Goodwin's 3's up, and that's no good. Ball's out, and great move there. It looked like from Will Owen, who looked like he just was able to throw it back off an England player, so it should be Wales' ball.
I'm impressed with Will Owen so far. He hasn't really made a huge impact, but he's working hard.
He is, definitely. He's doing those things, like we said, off the ball that really count. But that was a foul call, so that is going to send Will Owen to the line. And Owen just 2 points in the game so far, and an assist. But as we said, doing those things that don't quite show up on the stat sheet, as his first shot is a bit short.
Feels like every time Wales are doing something right, he's somewhat involved.
Yeah, absolutely. You can tell he's on the floor. And a 23-16 quarter here for Wales.
Wow. I mean, hopefully they can take this in with them for the rest of the tournament, and maybe it gives them just a little bit more confidence that they're able to do this against a side as good as this England one.
And Smith's 3 doesn't drop. And yeah, I mean, the problem here for Wales has been a 34-point second quarter from England and a relatively low-scoring first quarter for Wales when they came out. But it's good to see they've warmed up into it. If you improve every quarter, you know, you can't really ask for much more than that.
Absolutely not. I think the coaches will be really happy with the way they've responded to the England lead.
And Goodwin chased down by Crump, who knocks it out of bounds. And that is some great defense from Jacob Crump, as we can see there. Just gets his hand on the ball, as we see on the replay, just knocks it out of bounds. No foul call.
Fantastic. I mean, that's really difficult to do without fouling. Really difficult to not do the easy thing. Some people just put a little shove on the back to try and make him miss. And he's really, really cleanly picked the ball out of his hands.
Goodwin looks to get it inside. Perry Huggins. And Manalo behind the back, spin move. Back out to Perry Huggins.
Good
And
defense again.
Again, Wales are doing a really good job here in the third quarter. And pass inside. Ball's high in the air, but it's pulled down by England.
It was really impressive there from Crump again.
Turn up on the baseline. Reverse doesn't go, gets his own rebound. Round to Amu Gottfried. And that's going to be an offensive foul call on Amu Gottfried as Jack Davis takes the charge.
Well, you love to see it. Everybody loves it when someone's willing to take a charge, put their body on the line. He sets himself, kind of, and he takes the contact and he heads to the floor. And, you know, that's going to make all the Wales players really energised. You see them getting up off their seats there when that whistle's called.
And that, you know, that a charge like that can be almost as effective as a big dunk, a huge three.
Absolutely.
Gets your team fired up, like you say. As Davis, and he's blocked.
Good hands by Cornelius to keep it alive, though.
And again, Cornelius, he's working so hard underneath the basket for Wales.
Absolutely. He's got really broad shoulders. He seems to be able to just give him a little bit of separation down low and get those rebounds.
And Emalalo gets in on the three-point action for England as we've got 5 seconds to go. Wales will need to put something up quickly here. And Davis with a three at the buzzer and hit!
Oh my goodness, what a shot!
Jack Davis, wow!
I could not have expected that. I thought the Parfit had wasted so much time there by giving the extra pass, but that was unbelievable.
That's a crazy shot. It looks kind of flat as well as he gets, as we see there on the replay, just almost wild. Up it goes and in. What a huge basket for Wales.
Absolutely unbelievable. It's been a fantastic quarter for Wales, and what a way to top it off with a one-legged three from the logo. Well.
I'm sure we're going to be seeing that back on a few social media channels.
I hope so. I want to see that 10 more times. Thank you very much.
So as you said, a huge quarter for Wales there.
Unbelievable.
28-19, they outscored England. That has been their best quarter by a mile.
By a big distance. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
And they're showing that, you know, they're showing how they can play. That's kind of what we expect to see from them. A slow start to the first half, the first quarter. And we see that Rhys Cornelius, he's been huge for them.
Yeah, Cornelius and Tudor really seem as if they've set the tone in terms of energy for this team. They're the two players with the most size, it feels like, or at least the most presence physically. And they really seem to have just energized this team, getting that second chance opportunity from the offensive rebounds. And there's been no silly plays. They haven't been throwing massive outlet passes that bounce out of bounds. So I think just a bit of discipline, a bit of effort, a bit of hustle, and all of a sudden the game has slightly changed for Wales.
And that's what you want to see, isn't it? You learn from maybe the mistakes that you had in the first quarter. And again, in an international competition like this, it's great for the coaches and the players to be able to learn from those scenarios.
Well, it's all in the name of development, isn't it? And you can see it throughout these quarters. Literally the development of Wales. They've scored more each and every quarter, and hopefully they carry that on throughout the tournament, and in the next game they can see, okay, we did this wrong here, but all of a sudden we worked it out in the third.
And as a team as well, that's got to give you a confidence boost as well, because you can see that in real time.
Absolutely. You can see when your players have got their heads dropped and they're down 29-9 in the first, everyone's feeling a little sorry for themselves, rather than, you know what, it's not all about this game. We can get out, cause a ruckus, cause some mayhem. Let's do it.
Definitely so. Back on the floor for the fourth quarter. Amu Gottfried fires a three. And foul under the basket. And that's a quick early foul on Wales.
I'm surprised at that one, I've got to say, but no, there is a big shove in the back there for the elbow as he's going up for that rebound. Couldn't see it from my angle, but that's perfect on the replay.
And Cernak hands it off to Goodwin. He's had the hot hand from three for England and sort of hangs in the air. Gets his offensive rebound, packs out to Amu Gottfried, who finishes with the reverse. And that baseline drive for Amu Gottfried, the reverse, we've seen him do that so many times this season. We'll be seeing a lot of that throughout the tournament.
Unbelievable there. That was a fantastic finish. And Just a bit wasteful from Wales there. A little bit of ill discipline. No ability to just keep the dribble alive. Bounced off the foot.
Emanalo hands it off. It's picked off by Davies. And Parfit gets it back to Davies, moving it round. And again, Wales moving the ball around well here. It's worked well for them when they've done that so far.
Once again, Cornelius seeming to cause a bit of damage down low.
And he's doing a good job there, backing down Adenini.
He just seems to get positioned really easily.
And again, a move Gottfried with a reverse. That's no good. But Cernak just turns around and puts it back in with that beautiful hook shot he's got.
Yeah, I think that's a really high percentage shot from that kind of position to be able to just float it up with a little runner there. I think that's going to work well for England if they can continue to get him in that position. Cornelius thought he was going to cause another second chance bucket there for Wales.
Emanalo going coast to coast, steps through.
Unbelievable. Static defending there from Wales. Unable to really move at his pace, and he just took advantage.
Oh, and a handoff. That's blocked by Cernak. A big block from him. And gets the rebound for England. And Cernak certainly making his presence felt underneath the basket.
Absolutely. Cornelius couldn't do anything that time.
Move Gottfried round to Goodwin.
It's a nice
Cernak
pass.
underneath. Oh, great finish.
Beautiful little spin there, drop of the shoulder, just turns the defender really easily, and he gets a nice shot off the bank.
And England, having lost the third quarter to Wales, have now come out strong in this fourth, saying, no, we need to turn things around.
Well, absolutely. We're talking about how the Welsh coaches would have been happy with that third quarter. Equally, the English coaches would have been really unhappy with that third quarter. They don't want to see a drop in standards and the levels for them. So maybe a few words of encouragement, and all of a sudden, they're coming out swinging again in the fourth.
And that's a great little runner from Davies there with the finish with the floater. And Cernak with a very, I want to say, quiet 13 points, 8 rebound game.
Absolutely. It's been led by fundamentals, really. He hasn't been doing anything particularly flashy, anything that's caught your eye too dramatically, but he's made the right decision consistently, and he's built up his points that way. You can see there, the foul's clear right there.
Yeah.
Big contact on the hand from Cornelius. We've been loving his aggression today, but maybe just gets the better of him there, and he takes a seat on the bench. I think that's a well-deserved rest. Tudor can come back in.
And Tudor, again, having a real impact in the third quarter.
Absolutely.
As Adeniyi hits his first free throw. He's playing for the City of London Southwark Pride in the EABL this season. He goes 1 of 2 from the line. Crump. And to Harrison. Crump gets it back. Tudor. Oh, great spin move, and looks
out
like,
of bounds.
oh, that's just unlucky.
It was a beautiful step. A little jab just to confuse the defender, and then he turns the other way. It's really, really, really well worked by him, but just couldn't quite keep his toes in line.
As we'll have a timeout, England. Head coach Adam Davies wants to talk things over with the team. So a 93-58 lead for England here in the fourth. And they've come out strong this fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Trying to counter that attack from Wales that we saw in the third.
Well, they've come out really, really well. Let's be honest. They've been fantastic in this fourth quarter. They've been fast-paced. They know what they want to do. Other than Cornelius, really, at the start of this, they haven't really had too much trouble from Wales. They've been able to boss the game and run it at their own pace, been able to get their own rebounds like we can see there. They've been able to kind of dictate the game with some fantastic drives and some baseline reverse layups. It's been really, really exciting play, and they've been able to do all of this with their star man, Cholovinskas, on the bench. He's been resting this whole time so far. It'll be interesting to see how long that goes without them being able to bring him back in.
And that's a little bit of a scary prospect for other teams that England are going to face when they come against Ireland and Scotland.
Well, he's definitely the man to watch coming out of this game. I think there's quite a few of the Irish team who've been sitting in the bleachers for that second and third quarter at least, and I don't think you can see any part of this game really without thinking, oh my goodness, he's so good. He really has impressed me today. I wasn't really sure who I was going to come out of this kind of rooting for, but wow, what a prospect he is, and he's still sat on the bench.
He's leading the way. 17 points on 6 of 9 shooting. 4 of those were threes. He's got 4 rebounds and a couple of steals as well. That's a move, Gottfried. His pass is just knocked out, going to stay with England. And we see sort of the discipline that the ball handlers for England have been able to have as well. 10 turnovers just to Wales' 21. And Manalo.
Unbelievable 3 there.
That came down with snow on it. He's hit a couple of those today.
He has indeed.
And that takes him to 8 points in the game. And England's 3-point shooting, it's been great, hasn't it, throughout the game, and they've not dipped at all.
Yeah, no, absolutely. They've clearly got some confidence there, and I think it comes from their playmaking rather than their shooting. They're able to find people when they're in the right spots. So the shooters know as long as they relocate and get open, the ball's going to find them. That gives you so much confidence as a shooter. I can't imagine feeling better as someone like Cholovinskas or Manalo, for example, than seeing Goodwin with the ball in his hand, knowing that he can zip the ball to any corner.
Yeah, it's so important. As Jack Davis is at the line as he got bumped. He was he's almost patented running floater that I think we've seen a few times this game.
Yeah, he's tried it a couple of times. It's worked once or twice. Lots of players using that now. Not to turn to the NBA again, but it's that kind of thing you see now with a high pick and roll action. People like Steph Curry, Trae Young, they use it when they know that you've got people open in the corners. The defenders have to make a decision. It can be really potent.
Davis goes 2 of 2 for the line, takes him to 13 points, leading the way for Wales. And Davis all alone on the break. Well, not really all alone. He was chased down by Goodwin, wasn't he? But finishes that one, and Jack Davis. A bit of a spark here in the fourth for Wales.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been really, really good here. And he was all alone in terms of Welsh players. No one else seemed to really want to give him any support, so he didn't take any chances, went for the lay, nothing fancy. I respect that.
Yeah, sometimes, you might want to put on the showy shot, but sometimes it's better to just play it safe.
Absolutely, especially when you're down 36.
As Crump looks to pass inside, Davis backs it back out. 3 seconds to shoot. Davis with a deep 3. That one's no good.
Poor decision there, perhaps, from Davis.
Goodwin just hands it off to Onyea. England fighting for the rebound. Emanalo round to Amu Gottfried. And a short jumper from the baseline. Doesn't go.
That was nice though, a good pump fake, got the defender to bite and just took the space left by him to step inside and pull up from the mid-range.
We've seen him hit that shot, we know that's it's a good look for him. The Studer's pass is intercepted, it's picked off Goodwin. And he draws the foul. And Matt Goodwin, we've seen this a few times, he's able to get out into transition, he's a very fast player.
Absolutely, he's really, really quick, and Whitney Embleton there tried to get his body in the way. I think he was trying to draw another charge, but he was just too quick, Goodwin. He couldn't get in front of him, and that draws the foul for Goodwin. So even here, he's trying to have a little conversation with the referees. But Goodwin on the break is such a threat because of his passing ability, but also because of that speed.
0 of 2 from the line for Goodwin.
troubles at the line creeping back in for England. Interesting to see if they sort that out before the rest of the tournament goes on.
And you wonder if it could be a little bit of tiredness as well at this point in
Yeah.
the game, but they do have a deep enough roster, you know, to rotate.
It seems like it. The only one of the... Wow, what a steal.
Emanalo. He's going to draw the foul, and England, again, they've been doing a really good job of that all game long.
Absolutely. He's got such long arms. The way he leapt for that steal was unbelievable. And then here, he draws the foul, but he's able to protect the ball. Even though the shot doesn't go down, he gives himself a massive opportunity to do so by able to maneuver the ball so far away from the contact.
And that's such a valuable player to have for England. They've got a couple of guys that can do that. And Emanalo playing for the Thames Valley Cavaliers in Division 1 this season. Averaging 4.9 points per game at 1.4 rebounds. And goes 2 of 2 from the line. I was going to say he's got a 100% free throw shooting percentage in D1. Didn't want to say it before the shot.
Oh, well done. Well done. The commentator's curse has been in and out of this game, so probably made the right decision there.
So England increasing the lead to 98-62. We've got just under 4 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Davies. Round to Merriman. And Tudor with that spin move on the baseline. Back out to Davies. And he's fouled by Smith. And Tudor's been getting into that spot a lot on the baseline. He does his spin. Last time we saw it didn't quite work out for him, but he's either able to get to the basket or kick it back out.
Yeah, absolutely. And that kind of broke down the defense, and that's what led to that foul on Davis, who's just come back on, and he's instantly causing that trouble again. I quite like this lineup for Wales, having Tudor, Merriman, and Lucas Davis on. I think that they're probably the three most dangerous players for Wales so far. We haven't seen too much of them all together.
No, it's good to as Davis with the shot clock running down, drives to the basket, and a foul is called.
He's really confident with the ball in hand, isn't he? So far today, that's one of the biggest takeaways for this Welsh team. He has been so confident to just drive into traffic as Tudor leaves the game. Surprising.
Yeah, Tudor's been big for Wales, and Travers back in. And you wonder if maybe Tudor's out. Wales have got a game at 5 o'clock today against Ireland. Maybe getting a little bit of rest before that one. Onyea. His three's in and out. Oh, great rebound from Adnenyi. And Emanalo again hits the three.
Wow, well, what a talent he might be. If he gets really consistent from range with the length that he can provide a team, that's such a valuable asset for anyone.
He's going to be such a problem, like you say. You can hit that three.
Yeah.
Inside, he's pretty difficult to stop.
Absolutely, and he's got a good handle on him.
Yeah.
He's got a really good package of assets within his game.
Just 17 years old as well, 6'6". As I said, playing for Thames Valley Cavaliers in Division 1. As we'll have a timeout, so 3:02 to play in the fourth. England dominating here, 101 points. They broke that 100 barrier. They're setting the tone early for this tournament. 100 points in the first game. It's not even 11 o'clock.
Yeah, I feel like throughout the day we're going to be reminding people of the time quite a lot, because there's so much basketball going on, there's so much action, and people are going to tire throughout the day. And I'm surprised that England have been on it from the moment the ball came into play. From the second the tip-off went, they were straight away with the action. It was coming from Campbell, who really energized the team. And then all of a sudden, in this half, it's been Emanalo. He's really, really lit fire under himself today, hitting a couple of threes, hitting a big couple of drives on the baseline. And also defensively, because of that length, he's been able to break up a couple of Welsh plays that would have given them some momentum. So he's been really, really impactful in this fourth quarter.
He has, absolutely. And you wonder, so this is England's only game of today. They have 2 games tomorrow.
Interesting. And
you wonder if they're going to, is that energy going to be there tomorrow in the third game? But they are playing at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. and
Surprising.
then again at 1 o'clock. So not too much of a turnaround there.
No, not much, and that kind of makes a bit of sense as to why they've rested Cholovinkas so much here in this game. Whilst they've got this big lead,
Yeah.
I can kind of understand that a bit better now.
And Campbell as well. Campbell on the bench.
Yeah.
We've not seen him for a while. Our triple-double watch is ruined.
I know. I wanted it so badly. He came very, very close, to be fair. Ends up with 9, 7, and 7.
2 steals, and again, it stands out to me, no turnovers for a guy that handles the ball
Yeah.
so much as he does.
Just compare that to Nick Davis. He's given the ball away 5 times.
Merriman's shot doesn't fall for Wales. Travers tries to chase it down, it just won't get there in time. But you like to see that hustle, especially in a game that's with a lead this big in the last few minutes or so.
Well, some of the players now on for England may be competing for more minutes in those 2 games we're going to see tomorrow.
Exactly, Emanalo, another 3. This
Wow.
guy's on fire.
Well, he's got the green light from his coach that he's allowed to take those 3s, and my goodness, has he made good on that promise. He's been fantastic here in the 4th.
That's his 4th 3 of the game. Takes him to 16 points. And he has gone 5 of 7 in the game today.
So impressive.
Merriman looks to get it in. Oh, it's tapped out by Smith. Wales get it back. Merriman over to Davies. Back out. England just doing a really good job here defensively. They're just straight out to the ball. They're following it around so well.
Yeah, absolutely. And once again, it's that lackadaisical passing for Wales that has cost them quite a few times in this game. Turnovers have been the problem. England have been so consistent, so good, so clean passing the ball, and Wales are happy to throw possessions away here and there.
Perry Huggins stepping through. Oh, great move. Can't finish, but it's put back in by Obo.
Talk about length as well. Barry Huggins with such long legs, he was able to get from the perimeter all the way towards the rim in about 3 steps there.
That stride reminds me of Giannis with the way he just walks through to the basket.
Yeah, this is a good comp.
So that's a foul call on the floor. Nope, on the shot. Definitely on the shot. As Jack Davis is back at the line. Now, just 1:20 to go. We're talking MVPs here. Who's been your player of the game for England?
Well, I kind of don't want to say Cholovinkas because it's so obvious, but I think that just means that he's the clear-cut choice.
Yeah.
He's been absolutely fantastic. 17 points, 6 for 9 from the field, but shooting 50% from 2, but 80% from 3. Are you serious? 80%. He's been absolutely fantastic. England have utilised him really well, and he's made the most of all of his chances. He's the captain of the team. He led them very well. Defensively was fantastic as well. I don't want that to go under the radar. So for me, the MVP of this game is without a question Cholovinkas.
As Davis looks to hit the 3, can, and England with the rebound as Adenenye just manages to somehow get it over to one of his teammates. And Smith setting things up. Emanalo for 3 again. Oh, that one's too strong. But I love the confidence from this young guy.
Yeah. I think it's natural. You get a really good vibe going with yourself when you start hitting down big 3s and confidence flowing, especially in these kind of dead minutes towards the end of the game when you know the game is gone, the game is won. You've got a bit more freedom, a bit more of a loose leash by the coaches. It's a kind of experiment.
It's always fun, that, isn't it, when the coaches are kind of like, yeah, it's okay,
Yeah.
you can you can do this. As Emanalo goes 1 of 2 from the line. That takes him to 17, tying Cholovinkas as the leading scorer for England. And Smith strips the ball from Davis. Smith just finger rolls it in.
I know that sounds really impressive for Emanalo to have caught up to Cholovinkas, but to me that's just more impressive for Cholovinkas since he hasn't played a single minute in this 4th quarter.
So Sholovinskas, 17 points in 16 minutes, 54 seconds, just under 17 minutes of play. That is incredible from him. But hey, Emanalo, 15 minutes, 17 points.
Yeah.
As that will do it for the game. And England with a massive 109-65 win over Wales in the opening game of the Under-18 Four Nations tournament. Statement win.
Yeah, statement win. Perfect curtain raiser. A fantastic opportunity to see how these teams are going to sum up for the rest of the day and for tomorrow. We get to see some of the prime talent that we're here to see on these 2 days. And both teams showed out. I think Wales had a real moment there in the third quarter. It was a fantastic match from start to finish. I'm really, really happy to have been able to get this day started with you guys.
Thank you. It's been great, hasn't it? I mean, if this is setting the tone, and we've got, 11 more games?
11 more games sounds like an awful lot of basketball. It's going to be a fantastic day, that's for sure.
Definitely. So, leading the way for England, we had Nedas Cholovinskas, 17 points, 4 rebounds, 2 steals, and Sebastian Emanalo also on 17 points.
Yeah.
He hit 4 threes. Sholovinskas hit 4 threes. It was a 3-point shootout.
It was. But Jack Davis also for Wales scored 15 points. Can't go unnoticed, even though Wales, of course, lost by quite a big margin. He was really, really fantastic.
Yeah, and Tudor as well, 11.7 rebounds, making a real difference.
Yeah.
So, Dav, you're just going to go courtside and have a quick chat with Rhys Cornelius, who has been so good for Wales underneath the basket today. And we'll just quickly go courtside with Rhys and Dav. So we're just going to go courtside with Dav and Rhys Cornelius from Wales.
Hi Rhys, so you had a really massive third quarter there. You seemed to really match their physicality. Obviously you weren't able to catch up. It was a big lead at half time. How do you feel coming out of that game?
I feel good. We played really well, pushed the ball hard. We never gave up, and then that's the goal. Even if we're down, we need to keep going.
Yeah.
Physicality was a big thing there. There's some big boys, but I think we kept up well with them.
Yeah.
I'm really happy with it.
You played a really, really, really good game. We were talking the whole time. You really, really impressed us. How difficult is it to get those rebounds when they've got so many big players, England?
It's really hard. I just got to 100%. Got to crash all those boards, box out. Just got to position myself. I've got to be know where the ball's going better because they're more athletic than me and they're taller than me. So I need to make sure I'm in the right place.
I'm not sure you can say they're more athletic. You were absolutely fantastic out there, shoving people out the way. It was a really, really, really good show. Obviously, they had some massive 3-point shooters. Yeah. Do you think that's going to be a problem moving forwards, like defending that?
Yeah, that's definitely, that's a point we need to prove on now in training. Closing out the shooter is definitely a big problem for us.
Yeah.
But I think in training tomorrow we'll sort that out and come back tomorrow with some good games.
So from your coaches, what's their big thing after that game? Are they just more of the same, happy with the energy, or do they really want to try and get some better performances tomorrow?
They're good with the energy was good on the bench, definitely, but performance is better. It needs to be better tomorrow, definitely. With rebounding, turnovers need to be improved.
Yeah,
definitely.
All right, cheers, Rhys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good game.
So Rhys Cornelius there, 8 points, 8 rebounds, and Dav is just going to speak to Ben Cernak for England, and Ben had 13 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, and a couple of big blocks. So we'll just go courtside, grab an interview with him. And make sure to stay tuned to the Basketball Wales YouTube channel, as we will have Wales and Ireland women coming up next. But down to Dav courtside.
Hi, pal. So that was a fantastic game to start off. How are you guys feeling after such a massive win to start off these 2 days?
We're feeling good. I feel like we were locked in from the start, and I feel like we got stops and we got out into transition, which helped us to win the game.
you were playing really aggressive defense, playing really high up. Do you think that that helped your mentality? Because you really seemed to make Wales struggle to get the ball out.
Yeah, my coach, like, he really emphasised to play strong defence. So I feel like we got stopped from that.
Right, and you were shooting it so well from outside. Is that something that you're trying to make happen, or is it just because you've got some good shooters?
It's just because we got good shooters.
Oh, really? So, yeah, Chedovinkas, they had such a fantastic game. He was able to sit the entire fourth quarter. He's the captain of the team, obviously. Is he going to be the one to lead you through this tournament, you think?
Yeah, I feel like he's one of our key players. So
And Goodwin. And Goodwin was fantastic as well. He really seemed to control the game. You both had a fantastic game as well, of course. Good luck for the rest of the tournament. Thank you ever so much.
Thank you very much.
Ciao, pal.
There with Ben Cernak for England. And England with a huge win, 109-65 over Wales. So that will do it for us for game one. Coming up at 11 o'clock, it will be Wales and Ireland women. So stay tuned to the Basketball Wales YouTube channel for that one. And stay tuned all day. Thank you for joining us, and make sure to tune in to the next game.